What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. You guys seem to like my last video on Leslie Van Houten, which is the first kind of true crime video I've done. So this week I'm going to do another true crime video. Instead of doing my Mount Rushmore of non-sports films, I'm going to give you my opinion on the death penalty and how my opinion sort of changed and how it's differentiated between what it is, what it used to be rather, and what it is now. So I'm just sort of kind of gonna pontificate on that, as it were, which is big word of the day. So for those of you that don't know me, I used to go to church for a long time. I don't anymore. It's just, not my thing anymore. Not disparaging anyone that still goes to church, but when I was going to church, I was very sort of staunchly anti-death penalty. In my death penalty opinion, I'd say basically came down to a couple of things. I can't tell you that your life was no longer worth living. That was sort of the main thing. And the other main thing was, like, only God can tell you that. God is the author of life, so to speak. He is the one that will tell you, that will smite you if he wants you dead. He is the one that will sort of punish you in whatever way he sees fit. And the whole all life is sacred argument, which at least the Christians hold, but there are still some Christians that are pro death penalty as well. So that's I knew Christians that were pro death penalty at the time, so we kind of always talked about it. But I was, for those reasons, like it's kind of mentioned, God, my opinion of God being the author and perfecter of life and all life being sacred, I couldn't tell you that your life was no longer worth living. For those main reasons, I was very sort of anti-death penalty. Didn't really think about it much. And as I got older, as I sort of left the church, got deeper into my fascination with true crime content, as other true crime aficionados, their opinions on things can sometimes change the deeper they get into liking true crime and being interested in it. I became very pro death penalty because, in my opinion, you guys might not agree with this, it's the ultimate form of punishment. You have done something so heinous, so wrong within a civilized society that you no longer belong in civilized society. You have forfeited your right to live because you have done something so wrong, so heinous. You're a Ted Bundy, you're an Eileen Wuornos, just as examples of people who have been given the death penalty and were executed, some bigger names. But you've done something so terrible that, quite frankly, I don't believe you deserve to live anymore. Civilized society has rules. If you don't like those rules, you can always change those rules. But you don't have the right to just go around hurting innocent people that did nothing wrong to you. You might not like them, you might not like anything they have to stand for, but that doesn't give you the right to just go around kidnapping people and murdering them and, taking advantage of the kindness of people and murdering them. Whatever your thing is, whatever crime you commit that ends you up on death row, you don't have the right to do that just because you want to. Yes, we live in a free society, but we don't live in an anarchist, chaotic society. That's not the sort of society we live in. And if you live in a state, in America at least, for those of you that might be watching that might not be in America, the death penalty is a state-by-state thing. So New York's death penalty might be different than Utah's death penalty. One of those states might have it, one of those states might not have it, so it sort of varies based on where you are and stuff like that. Just for those of you that might be watching that might not be familiar with the death penalty or might be from a different country, so that's essentially how the death penalty works. It's not a federal mandate, it's a state-by-state regulation on whether or not we want to execute people or not. So yeah, that's essentially my view on the death penalty. I'm very pro death penalty now. I understand the argument of people saying, what about rehabilitation? I'm all for rehabilitating inmates that are going to get out, that are going to be re-released in society, because we want to reduce the recidivism rate. We want to sort of bring it back down to to where people don't get reincarcerated. But I don't believe that's the justice system's job. It's not the justice system's job to rehabilitate you. I'm not sure whose job that would fall to, to rehabilitate these inmates who are getting out or who are about to get out. But even if it is the justice system's job, no amount of programs, no amount of education that you might receive is going to change your opinion going to change your actions, excuse me, on what you might do if you don't decide you want to change your actions. If you don't decide that you want to change, if you don't decide that you want to be a better person, no amount of anything I'm going to offer you is gonna make any difference in your life, unless you make the decision in and of yourself that you want to change. You can be in the worst prison and you make that decision that you want to change, then you have a higher chance of not coming back to prison. Where if you're in the best prison with all the different programs and all the different things that offer you, if you decide you're just going to chill out, you're not really going to try to take a look at yourself as to why you committed these crimes, why you did these things. But that's a whole different video on the state of the prison system. I'm kind of going off on a tangent here, but yeah, that's my opinion on the death penalty. Let me know in the comments below if you're pro death penalty, if you're anti death penalty. It'll be an interesting dialogue to talk to you guys about. Let me know if you like this video. This is only my second true crime video. Obviously the channel is still relatively new. I want to give you guys content you like, but also I'm still just gonna do sort of content that I like creating, because I think that makes for more interesting content. But if you guys want to see more sports content, more sort of football content, stuff like that, I'll kind of do that as well. Just let me know what you guys like. Let me know what you guys don't like to see, and I'll see what I can do. I'll see what videos I want to make. But I don't want to make content that I don't like making. So we'll see what happens. Like this video, comment on it, share it. That's it. Just be kind to each other,